Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. My Cowboys family here. We just wanted to say thank you. And we'll probably have to wait a couple minutes before everyone gets on, but thank you for subscribing and having us reach our first 100 subscribers. Yes,
Yeah.
Husky,
Hi,
you're first.
Husky Gaming.
You were first.
Hi.
And by the way, guys, this is
Cowboys back.
your son. So he's making an appearance, his first appearance on a true video and live stream. So we're all here to say hi. Not really going to stay on for too long. Just wanted to find out if you guys had, any comments or anything. We're going to talk a little bit about the Cowboys, Jerry Jones being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, yesterday in his snazzy new shoes. They were specially made for him. But we, in my personal opinion with Jerry Jones, and I'll say it again, I said it in yesterday's video, hey, Mile High Vibes.
Hello. Yes, he has a son.
Yeah, so he was visiting his grandparents. He just got back, so this is his first time joining us here. So
yeah, we're a blended family. See, this side here, that side there, but we're all together. And all Cowboy fans.
together.
Now, Jerry Jones being inducted to the Hall of Fame, obviously I'm happy he's a Cowboy. It's as far as my personal feelings about Jerry Jones, and I've been there longer than any of these here have, so I've gone through ups and downs with them. He bought the team in '89. We were like 1-15. Some tough years during that time frame. But he got us to the Super Bowl a couple years later. He, helped us. Not help. He didn't get us there. He helped us get there. Jimmy Johnson got us to the Super Bowl, but he helped us get to the Super Bowl. Kind of hurt us the next 20 years with his GMing, but it looks like his son has taken over the GM spot, and now he's going to be, letting his son Steven kind of handle that stuff, and you can see the difference because already it's becoming better. The moves on the front office are becoming better.
Yeah, but I think that it's also Jerry Jones learning to trust his staff. He obviously is a person who likes to have a lot of control, so I think he's finally learned how to let the machine kind of do its work, but obviously he's a really involved owner, and he's, always there, actively making decisions.
Yeah, he's still involved, but yes. And yes, I see Patrick.
Hello,
What's up?
Patrick. Hello,
Yeah, welcome
Jalen
back,
Smith.
you Giant fan / Cowboy fan, Patrick.
Yeah.
Jalen Smith.
Truly a Patrick.
We can see the comments.
A Cowboy
Yes.
fan.
Yes, we can see the comments.
Yes.
And Jalen, please get out there and play. Be healthy. Jalen Smith.
I know.
We know it's not really him, but.
So I know another random thing from the Hall of Fame game. Nike.
Hall of Fame game
Was it the Hall of Fame
yeah.
induction? Was it Nike or Adidas? Which one was it?
Nike.
Nike. Yeah, Nike gave Jerry Jones a custom pair of Hall of Fame shoes that matched the jacket, which I know
jacket.
it's very random, but he, showed them off. He liked them. Pretty cool. Some interesting parts from his speech. I know Jimmy Jones was laughing a lot.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, she wasn't around for that. I was. I
no,
remember.
but Jimmy Johnson was laughing.
Join me who ruled the thing.
No.
He's funny.
Join us. And we rule
He's already joined us. He's already ruling with us. So.
You said it yourself. How about them Cowboys?
Now, I guess, like we said, we're doing this video partly because we're very thankful. Thank you guys. We have over 100 subscribers. We definitely want to give you guys a shout out.
100 subscribers, guys. I think at 104. So thank you again. If you pass the word around and keep getting us subscribers, that's awesome. We're doing this because we love it. There's not really any big Cowboy news out there today. If you watched the Hall of Fame speech from Jerry Jones yesterday, then you kind of heard it all. Nothing really much to say about that. You just heard our quick opinions on him. I want to get back to football, and it starts tomorrow again. This training camp starts up again for the Cowboys tomorrow, and then we'll see about the injuries and see how everyone's doing. Maybe we'll see Switzer and Jordan Lewis out there. Looking forward to that, among other people like Malik Collins, and of course Jalen Smith will be back to full blast, I'm sure. Let's see here, Jalen Smith. I'm not sold on Taco. He's got to get better. You have to quit with the spin moves and learn to take a few moves from Von Miller, Khalil Mack, and J.J. Watt. Now, I agree.
But that was only his first game.
Correct. That was his first preseason game. I think he's a little light still to go against some of these big offensive linemen.
Start bulking up.
Yeah, get that muscle going. But the thing is that I do think that his advantage over everything else, his best thing is his speed. He's a very quick speed rusher on the outside. again, the spin moves might help him in the future when he can stay on his balance a little better, you know. But right now, he still doesn't know how to stay on his feet properly. He seems to lose his balance a lot. He gets pushed around with a bigger lineman.
So hopefully
that'll improve, though.
His, you know,
by mid-season. Yeah, I think he'll be a lot better by mid-season. But he's a project, guys. And again, no one's downing Taco. Like we're not really putting Taco down, but we're just saying that
he needs.
Don't expect to be a number one Ezekiel Elliott impact player because it's not. He's completely not that. He wasn't drafted for that. He was drafted in the 20s, you know, in the first round, and he just kind of was the only leftover defensive lineman that was left, a defensive end, pass rusher. So that's why the Cowboys picked him up. I didn't agree with that pick necessarily as the best pick, but he is a project. And if he produces, he'll be a big win for us in the future. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
So I'm a Cowboy Giants fan. Don't really know which one to root for. Maybe you guys can sway my decision a little bit. So why should he root for the Cowboys instead of the Giants?
Yeah. Why, little man?
What makes the Cowboys better than the Giants?
Yeah.
I think you stumped him, Patrick.
I think because...
So how about this? Who is your favorite Cowboys football player right now?
Yeah, say it to everybody up there.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott. So why do you like him the best?
Because he's really fast and gets a lot of yards. And
Speak up a little louder.
He gets touchdowns. He's very strong.
Yeah.
He's really fast.
Yeah. So now, why do you think again? Why should he cheer for the Cowboys instead of the Giants? This is an easy one.
Yeah, come on. Why not? I think you're swaying him to be a Giants fan.
No.
So
he is not.
Zeke is a felon, really? Come on, man. Prove it to me. Give me some footage.
Odell, I mean,
and that's great.
He went on vacation.
Wait, that's great by Jalen Smith. You can read up a thing there on what Jalen Smith just told you.
How can you?
Yes. You can't be both. It's in division.
He said, "Sorry, little man. I'm gonna take more than that to convince me." Well, you didn't give him a good answer.
I know.
You didn't say anything.
I can't really think of anything.
So
maybe because Cowboys are just better.
I have a good reason.
Giants are just bad.
I have a good reason, guys. I have a good reason. How about this? Because Zeke's his favorite player. Because this little guy right here in flag football, guess what he runs like? Like Zeke. You should watch it in those videos. You guys watch
offensive powerhouse.
In his age group, he's the offensive powerhouse. And if you watch some of our videos at the end of the videos, watch some of the clips of these two kids playing flag football. They're pretty mean out there. They're tough out there. Both of them. Quarterback, receiver, running back, powerhouse running back. He scored like 3 touchdowns a game in flag football in his age division. And
Jalen Smith, as far as Zeke getting suspended, we do have some somewhat good news.
Happen.
There's nothing 100% confirmed, but Jerry Jones did publicly make a statement saying he doesn't think Zeke will be suspended, and he does expect him to play Week 1 against the Giants. For Jerry Jones to say that publicly in an interview, that's a pretty big deal. So he probably will be punished in some way, might be a fine or some other league punishment, not sure what. But as far as the suspension, fingers crossed, we're pretty sure it won't happen.
Yeah, I personally don't see him getting suspended either because of Jerry Jones saying that. When Jerry Jones says something like that, he won't do that. He will not hurt his reputation. That's how, we all know Jerry Jones' his ego and the whole thing. He will not hurt his reputation based on giving out information that maybe is not accurate yet. So if he's saying that the Cowboys, he doesn't expect that Zeke will be suspended by the NFL, I suspect that he has a 90% certainty that Zeke won't be suspended this year.
And what's up,
he might be punished, but not suspended.
City and
Rack City.
Thank you, Patrick.
Rack City.
Yes, we're very happy, and it's thanks to you guys. Again, we're here to talk Cowboys, have fun talking about the Cowboys, and you'll mainly see all family game reactions, obviously, but the kids,
they'll be in and out. She wants to do them all, but she'll be here for half of them. So will he. He'll be here for half of them, and maybe in and out of those halves once. But we'll see. But I'm going to be here every single time. She's going to be here every single time, and she'll be here half the time. So we're going to be here with you guys watching the Cowboys hopefully win every game till we get to the Super Bowl and then dominate that and get our 6th. Because we have 5 already. We have 5 Super Bowls. But we'll get one more.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Goodell. He seems to show favoritism, and for someone who's supposed to be running the NFL league, he sure doesn't seem like he likes football. It sounds weird.
I know, that's true.
He doesn't seem like someone who enjoys the sport or really enjoys his job. I don't know. He gives me a weird vibe.
Yeah, he's not consistent. So he'll suspend somebody for 2 games for running them over when he was drunk. Which he's done. He's done that about 10 years ago with the Browns player, receiver, I think. He ran somebody over in early morning. He was drunk and he killed him. And he got like 24 days in jail, and they didn't suspend him for like 2 games or something like that. And I think that was right when Goodell took over, I think. And then, but then he'll suspend somebody for smoking weed, and he'll suspend them for, half a season. So, I don't know.
Who do you hate the most in the NFC East? So we'll start with you guys. Jaden, who do you hate the most?
I hate the Giants the most.
Sorry, and Gabriel?
Giants.
The Giants?
Yep.
So wait, you hate who? The Giants?
The Giants.
You hate the Giants?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going with the Eagles.
See, Giants, I don't want to make it sound I just think the Giants, at least right now, are a little bit better now. So I'm probably going to go with them just because they're like the biggest threat. They're the only one last year to make the playoffs.
There you go, Patrick.
Out of the 4.
Would that convince you to be a Cowboy? She just gave your team props. I agree with what both these little ones said because, yes, the Giants are the team we have to be, like at this current moment, I hate the Giants the most or more afraid of the Giants right now because I think they're the team we have to concern ourselves with the most. But overall, I hate the Philadelphia Eagle fans. And no offense to Holly or any other Eagle fans out there. I know you subscribe. Not necessarily talk about you guys, but I've dealt with Eagle fans for 40 years, and I can't say the word, but that's what they are. You guys know what I'm talking about. They put batteries in snowballs, packed them up, and threw them at the Cowboy players, Jimmy Johnson, all the players, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman. They did this. The fans did this in Philadelphia, and it was allowed. So I forever will hate the Eagles and their fans the most. They also had Buddy Ryan with some cheap stuff and running up the score late and Bounty Bowl. I could keep going, with the Eagles.
I just genuinely don't like the Eagles. Like
she's from Pennsylvania,
I dislike the Eagles. I hate them, but I think the Giants are the Cowboys' biggest threat. That's different.
That's true, but I will say one last thing, a little honorable mention here, which how can we forget this? If you're a true Cowboy fan, the Redskins are the team that's always against the Cowboys. We've always, from 1960 when we started till 90, I would say, the Redskins were our #1 rival, and that's like historically. So the Redskins, I hate them for a different reason. I have a little more respect for the Redskins because they've been battling with us for like 30 years for that spot, 20, 30 years. But I will say that they kind of dropped off after their Super Bowl, then we won a couple Super Bowls, and they haven't been close. So I know people make fun of us not making it there, but the Redskins have been out of it longer. The Eagles never won a Super Bowl.
Been in it.
Well, they've been in the Super Bowl. They lost, but they never won a Super Bowl. And the Giants, unfortunately, they beat the Patriots twice, and they got themselves 2 more Super Bowls. So they have 4 Super Bowls. They're right behind us. So, there's a lot of different reasons to hate everybody in the NFC East aside from this team right here.
Yeah. Jalen Smith, I've never really heard too many people comparing Dak to RG3.
Yeah, I see more Russell Wilson comparisons.
Yeah, so, and again, I think both of us have mentioned that before in a previous video.
Last live stream, I think.
Quarterback style is very similar to Russell Wilson. Yeah. He has a lot of movement. But
Dak hasn't run yet. So when he starts running, hopefully he'll take slides and go out of bounds. He'll take the hits like Russell Wilson does. But once he gets running, it's going to add another dimension, another thing for defenses, headache for defenses to stop as a quarterback. Let me just run through here. Despise. Let me.
We don't secretly love the Giants.
No, we don't. Nope.
My dad loved the Giants.
You secretly love the Giants, Patrick.
You're a Cowboy fan.
No, he secretly loves the Cowboys.
He secretly loves the Cowboys.
He says he's a Giants fan, but then he always comes from videos and says, I love the Cowboys.
You literally just asked. I don't know if
Thank you, Jalen Smith. Yes, I hate the Giants, Eagles, and Reds because I hate them all. But again, fan-wise, I hate the Eagles first. Team-wise, I guess historically, I hate the Redskins most. And as far as currently, and the most fear we have is against the Giants. So in some way, we hate them all kind of the same and for different reasons.
And then Patrick.
How did it feel to get swept?
Yeah,
it sucks. But we still were 13-3, and we were better than you guys.
Aside from that, the first game wasn't as painful of a loss. Dak's first game, Zeke's first game. They're still finding their footing. The second game was the one that really was like knife in the heart. Like,
well, you got to remember something. A couple things with the second game. We missed a 57-yard field goal, I think, by Bailey. It hit the goalpost. We lost by 3 points. First game, we lost by, was it 1 point?
Yeah, wasn't it like 2019?
We lost a total. It was 2019. I think it was. We lost a total to the Giants. 2 games. We lost 2 games. We lost them by a total of 4 points. So, it's going to be different this year. I guarantee you. I guarantee this. It will be at least a split. At least, worst for the Cowboys will be a split. But don't be surprised if we sweep you guys this year.
That's right. So, and Jalen Smith, it sounds like that's why she's not your fiance yet. Ooh, just joking. Look, it sounds like her family tried their best to show her the light, but sometimes we all walk off and stray off our path. So hopefully you can bring her back into the Cowboy fold.
She went to the dark side.
That's all right. Well, you bring her back. Bring her back. Come on, bring her back to the blue and silver.
Make her a Cowboy fan. No one deserves to go through that pain of being a Giants fan.
So, let's see.
I did want to say something, though, real quick, that, I'm so happy that we did get 100. We basically got 100 fans, or 104 or 5, whatever we have now. We got 100 fans in about 35 days. And we were on 2 vacations. And, we're really passionate about this stuff, so we're really proud.
We made an effort to put out this content for you guys, and also, just because we love the Cowboys.
We're proud of ourselves for putting it out there, but we're just as proud for you guys to follow us and comment with us and talk with us about football, about the NFC East, and about the Cowboys, of course.
Patrick.
What are you saying?
Yeah. The blue side, I think you mean blue and silver side. I think you just forgot to write it.
The blue and silver, Patrick.
I did that too sometimes. I forget to write it.
Silver and blue. Let's start with silver and blue. That's better.
So, you forgot to write silver and blue. Okay?
I had one quick question for the children again. So what is your favorite part of football? What's your favorite part?
Why don't you start first?
The game?
Yeah, watching. Yeah, watching. What's your favorite part about watching football or football in general? Either one.
I don't know. It's probably, in general, it's probably just because I get to see, especially when the Cowboys play, my favorite team play, and, hopefully them doing well, when they score. But, when I'm, watching, any
football game, but yeah.
Any football game, I like this, I just like to see a team that I enjoy more, especially the Cowboys, that my favorite team, win. I'd like to see that.
What's exciting about football, though?
Yeah.
Is football exciting?
It is. When you see them run down the field and, miss the tackles, when,
Well, hopefully not us missing the tackles.
Yeah. Every other team missing the tackles. When you see, a Dak or whoever quarterback that we have throwing the ball for a touchdown or for a large gain.
Big plays.
Or when we see,
a good hit.
Yeah, when we see a good hit on our team or when we
our team, by our team.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
I agree with her.
You think you agree with her? Is
what
there
else?
anything else?
Give us one different thing.
Give us something else. What is your favorite part about football? Make sure to say it nice and loud. I know.
But while he's thinking, let's say, Rack, how you doing?
Yeah.
Can you think? You think of
Patrick answered that.
Let's think of one.
And yes, we did sweep the Giants in 2014. I know it felt good for them. I know it feels good for the Giants.
When we get tackles.
When you get tackled, so you
hard hits.
You like seeing the Cowboys.
How about sacking the quarterback?
Yeah.
How about sacking the quarterback?
That's a good I would love that.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of that last year. Although by single players, here's the thing: by single players, we didn't see a lot of that. But by our it's all split up with our rotation. So when you have rotation, Mayo was six sacks was the most we had on our team by one player. But when you put it together, I think we had one of the better teams in general.
You're average. We're not as bad as people were saying we were. But we also weren't as great as you were hoping.
But the key was that we caused a lot of. We were the highest scoring defensive. One of the highest, I think, top 5 in scoring on defense. When you talk about one of the highest scoring offenses, you're talking about one of the highest scoring defenses. I know that was with the other guys, but now we're going to have rookie and younger guys, some more inexperienced, and maybe we're going to allow more points this year. But at the same time, you have guys that are going to make more plays. They're younger. They're faster.
And guys who, as the season progresses, will hopefully continue to get better.
Yeah. So you're going to see, I think, our defense start off kind of shaky. And as all the suspensions start wearing off and we start getting our guys back after 2 weeks, after 4 weeks, and the young guys getting better, I think if we could hold it down like the first 5 or 6 games to our bye, I think we're going to we got to have a tough schedule, but I think we're going to be really strong the rest of the season. So, and we're just going to get better. So beware, NFL, especially for the last 3 quarters of the season, playoffs, and Super Bowl.
So, do you miss DeMarcus Ware being the dominant pass rusher before he went to Denver?
Yes.
At the same time, he was surrounded by a completely different team.
Yeah, it was different.
So
different
if you have DeMarcus Ware now, it's a completely different story. But at the time, you know.
Well, now would not be good because he retired and his arm is like torn. His bicep was torn.
We're pretending that we're getting that DeMarcus Ware.
If we the same DeMarcus Ware was great, and we switched the scheme in the front. So we actually by switching the scheme, it made DeMarcus Ware less efficient. You know, playing defensive end. So when he went to the Broncos, he was playing the way the scheme they were playing was more fit his style much better, and you can see he still was pretty damn good when it came to in the Super Bowl. He did some big plays. So I mean, and then he shortly retired last year retired this past year. So he really I really would have loved to have him in the right scheme on our team. I do miss DeMarcus Ware. Murray I don't miss too much. He was good. Zeke's better. So sorry.
Rack City, and when a rookie defense stops your offense, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh too.
The great thing about Dallas, specifically the Cowboys team we have now, is our offense has managed to manage the clock and control the time so that our offense is giving our defense the best possible scenario to go down the field. You know, and not just that, but that means that the other team's defense spends more time on the field, so they're going to get tired. They're going to go through, more trials and tribulations.
Well, they're going to be working harder to stop us and be more tired, which helps us on offense. And on defense, it's going to let them rest. It's going to let them look over the coaches from upstairs are going to be calling it down, saying, hey, watch for this, watch for that. They get to rest longer. They get to not to expend so much energy. And the key is if we can score touchdowns instead of field goals, if we can do that, that will then put the pressure on the other team's offense, our opposing offense, to have
to throw the ball, move the ball down the field.
Right, and so if we're up by 14 or 20 or 17 in the third quarter, what do you think our defense is going to do? We're going to pin the ears back, our ends and our line. They're going to start rushing and really get at the quarterback and not worry about running the ball and just cover the pass. So that's going to actually help our defense a lot. And it happened a lot last year. It's going to happen more this year. We just got to be smart with the ball, control the clock, and just score touchdowns. Yeah, and we leave Dan Bailey for those last-second field goal wins.
And Eagles fan, we did put up a Dallas prediction video if you want to go ahead and check it out. But we don't think Dallas is going to do 8-8. We understand we have a very tough schedule, but again, our offense, just no way. So exactly. So go ahead and check it out if you feel like we actually did a prediction video on your team as well. So we want to see how much we think you're going to.
Actually, we actually said the Eagles would be actually better than 8-8.
Yes.
Even though I think that's really what you think your Eagles are going to be 8-8. Yeah. I think that with Wentz and the new players, I think that you made a mention about that it's going to take about midseason before they really start to flow with each other better. I don't care about training. I know because the Cowboys have had this issue too. We got a bunch of new guys, and it doesn't work until the middle of the year. So be prepared for that issue. Hold on, everybody. We'll go back to your questions, but I want to answer Eagle fan. 8-8 is not going to happen for the Cowboys. It's going to be higher than that. I say 9-7 if we do the worst. 10 wins. It could be if we have a couple bad games. 11, 12 wins. 12 wins probably if we have a great season. 11 is my prediction for the Cowboys. Eagles around 9. And with the Redskins too, because I think all 4 teams, including the Giants, Redskins, Eagles, and Cowboys, will be fighting it out towards the end of the season, and by December, all 4 are going to be fighting to be able to get to the first seed. Still, I believe we're all going to be in the running for it. And
Hi, Dumpster Juice. Thank you for joining us.
Dumpster
Great
Juice.
name, yeah. Wait. So
we know what it means. The adults.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Patrick,
little one.
Patrick, you said all the way up there.
Yeah. Okay. Eagles are trash.
No,
they couldn't stop the 2016 Cleveland Browns.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We beat them.
We destroyed them.
Thank you. Even the little one knows. Both little ones know that.
What are you talking about?
Right,
now you're just making up stuff to
He's trying to.
You go ahead.
He wants to be a cowboy. You want to be a
cowboy.
All right, go ahead and read it.
Let's hear.
Yeah, right there.
We're reading it from the phone too.
Yeah, read it right there. Loud.
It's funny because our defense was 14 last year.
Yeah, our defense was just average overall.
Yeah, so
but our scoring defense was the top 5. Our scoring defense, that means putting points on the board. Our defense actually was a top 5 defense in scoring. Our offense was like a top 10 offense in scoring. So just keep that in mind there.
Jalen Smith, interesting prediction. He said that he thinks the Eagles are going to go 0-4 against the AFC West. I mean,
who is this?
Jalen Smith, number 54, Eli Manning's father.
Yeah. Eagles will get the last lap. They have to play AFC.
Well, they're going to go 0-4.
I mean, the AFC West, we all have to play them. We all have a tough AFC West, matchup. That's probably compared to us the toughest division out there.
Again, I still think it's realistic that they'll beat the LA Chargers.
LA, you got it this time.
Yeah, I got it this time. I think it's still possible for the LA Chargers to fall to the entire NFC East, personally. But
they're not as bad as they're not really a fourth-place team.
Exactly. So it really depends on.
But neither are Redskins and Eagles, though. See, they're not really fourth-place team. So there's going to be, it could go either way. But I will say that
I do think the Giants will beat the LA Chargers. I obviously expect the Cowboys to beat the LA Chargers. All the other games, honestly,
they're tough.
Could go
Raiders,
it really
Chiefs,
depends on the
Broncos. I think we'll beat the Broncos, and I think some other teams in our division will beat the Broncos because they don't have an offense. But their defense is solid, and we're playing in Denver, so that's going to be something where you have to kind of keep in mind that with a solid with no offense on their side, and if we could just hold them down, maybe create turnovers against Denver's offense, I think we'll be in good position to win that game, even with their very good defense. Let me see here. Funny, but let me see. Eagles are trash. Worst franchise in history. No comment. I can't say I disagree. Let me see. Funny. Taylor Smith, why division finished?
Eagles won.
Our division rivals in the East Coast. We should be the same division with the Saints, Texas. I know. That's just because the NFC East used to have the Cardinals in there, too, if you guys remember. They used to be the Chicago Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals, and then went to Phoenix, Arizona. So... yeah, no. So then the fact that they kind of kept the Cowboys in that division, they kept the Cowboys in the division because rivalries and history. Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Redskins. You can't break that up. The Cowboys leaving that would destroy it. And the Cowboys, out of those four teams, I'm sorry, we're still America's team back then when they split the divisions up, and it'd be too much. It'd be too much of I think they lose a lot of ratings and a lot of rivalry if they took us out of the division, put us in the South with Texans.
Jaden, you want to read with Jalen Smith?
Yeah. Jalen Smith. Giants have no offensive line and a running game. Who's going to Giants have no offensive line and a running game. Who's going to protect Eli Manning when they play Von Miller,
Khalil Mack, and Justin Houston? And he's referring to Miller from the Broncos. And like I just said, I think their offense is not that good. So if our defense can hold them in place, I think that we can cause a turnover on with our defense, and I think we could get enough points to beat the Broncos. When it comes to Khalil Mack and the Raiders, it's going to be tough. I'll admit, that's going to be a tough game. High-scoring offense with the beast and everything, beast mode in there, Marshawn Lynch, and it's going to be a tough battle. But
again, as far as the Giants specifically,
I was going to say, was he talking about the Giants?
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. Oh, I talking about the Cowboys. My fault.
Well, and again, the Giants. We said it before in our kind of giant, season prediction video. The Giants are really going to struggle without a good, decent, solid running game. They're going to struggle being forced to pass the ball.
And no offensive line.
So much, exactly. So, again, Eli Manning's going to take some hits. He's going to fumble. He's going to throw interceptions.
He overthrows passes. He's not very consistent
but
or accurate.
They're going to have those moments where, OBJ or oh, my goodness, it's on tip of my tongue. Who's the other?
Brandon Marshall.
They're going to have moments where, they're going to make those catches. Eli Manning's going to have that hot streak, but as far as maintaining it and again, keeping their players safe, Eli Manning is going to take a beating this year. Real bad.
I think that's partially why they lost a lot of their games last year. I think it was because they just kept they had no running game, that they kept getting through the Giants' offensive line.
Their defense can only save them for so long until
and they will help them. The defense will win some games for them, and hopefully not against us. But again, I do think that the Giants have a lot of holes as well. We have a lot of holes in defense. They have a couple holes in offense. And it's going to be a good matchup when we goes against our offense against their defense. That's going to be interesting.
And Patrick, I hope you've heard the saying that the strongest. I know they say the strongest offense is a good defense, but I think with the Cowboys, it's always been true that the strongest defense is a strong offense.
Well, I think it's a strong offensive line based offense. Go ahead, little one.
You can finish
really? Thank you.
Yeah,
and then she interrupts me, and then she has nothing to say.
Yeah, Odell is overrated. He cries like a baby, throws a tantrum on the sidelines. Yeah, again.
That's passion, but also it's maturity.
I'm glad that Dez seems to have matured out of a lot of that petty, dumb, childish behavior. For the most part, he's a very passionate man.
We all agree, I think, this year and last year, I think he understands that Dez is understood. Is everything right?
Yeah, good? He just wants to switch.
Okay. I think Dez understands that he's not going to be the focal point of the Cowboy team in the sense of we're not a passing team anymore with Romo just shooting the ball, passing on first, second, third down. We're a running team, a ball control team. He'll be needed when he's needed. We're going to get the ball to him when he's one-on-one coverage or he's got an opportunity for Dak to call an audible and there's no safety. We'll get him when it's the right time, but it's not going to be just Dez, the quarterback, which used to be Romo, of course, and now it's Dak. It's not going to be the quarterback to Dez show. Dez understands that last year. Before that, he would complain and argue and yell on the sideline, yell at the coaches like Odell, who still hasn't learned that. Maybe in a couple of years he'll mature, but right now, Dez got him on maturity, and I think Odell's will be fantastic, be better than Dez this year stat-wise, and he's probably overall better than Dez, but Dez is more mature, and he knows what it's about. It's not about getting the catches. It's about winning games, winning playoff games, winning the Super Bowl, and hopefully we could do that this season.
Eagle fan, Dakota is bad. No, Dak is good. Carson Wentz. Is that same?
No,
Carson Wentz. Well, Carson Wentz is not bad.
Yeah, neither one of them is bad. Dak has the potential to be great, to be one of the greats, but he's only played 1 year.
Right, so. and maybe Wentz too. We don't know yet. It's just too early, but Wentz is good.
But neither one of them is bad.
We're not going to play to your diss thing because we know that that Dak is not bad. You know that. You know that. He was rookie of the year. You know that.
Yeah. And Rack City again, 8-8, 9-7.
Yeah.
Again, in our prediction video, I think we both said like 9-7, something like that. So
Eagle.
Yeah, I know. We know that. Talk about Eagle.
But and honestly, Eagle fan, both of our teams, I would say right now, have a similar problem in the sense we have a lot of young guys. So this is really a make or break in the sense of, can our establishment, each team, each side, develop their players, get them to where they need to be. Obviously, for you guys, we hope not. But that's where we're at right now.
And I don't know what Eagle fan is saying. Laugh out loud, true. Because if you're referring to what we said, we're not trying to diss Wentz. He might be great. And again, I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying Dak is also great. And again, saying that kind of loses some credibility on you on there. I'm not saying you lost. I'm just saying I know you just said you laughed about it, but you think Carson Wentz will be better? Time will tell. We shall see. But we know that as a typical prototype quarterback, I do think that Wentz is probably more of the typical prototype quarterback. Dak is more like a Russell Wilson. They could do kind of running, kind of do the hand up, the run option, all that stuff. You're going to see more of that this season. Hopefully, it won't lead to injury.
Hey there, Hollyway. What's up?
Hollyway, what's up? Even though you're an Eagle fan, you got a couple other Eagle fans here with you.
We are talking about the Eagles and the Cowboys, though, so great timing. Let's see. Eagles fans say Dak has weapons to throw while Wentz has trash receivers. I would say that was true, but didn't they just pick up or sign somebody that's supposed to be really good? Is it a running back or receiver that they signed? Or the Eagles? Really good?
They have Blunt.
There we go. So, you can't
Blunt,
say that they have trash receivers. Again, last year,
he's not a receiver.
He's a
running back. Running back.
I said running back or receiver.
Okay.
The point is,
running back, the guy was LeGarrette Blunt, who's a good short yardage guy. He's not going to take it. He's not a full season, full-time guy. That's why you have Sproles. That's why you have Matthews. I know you got a decent running game. Not really the greatest offensive line. You got a good quarterback, young guy. And you guys did pick up Austin Jeffries. You did pick up Torrey Smith. Finally, you guys got some receivers. And that's why instead of being last place in the division, I think, being 6 or 7 wins, with those additions, plus the guy on defense and Barnett, I think, these guys you guys have, I think, is what's going to make you guys 9 wins, possibly, and challenge for the division.
So Jeffrey got hurt during camp. So we will be doing an NFC East update, definitely as a
season goes on. Training camp goes on. Yeah,
preseason. We'll be giving you guys a little more in depth, what our thoughts are, especially obviously with the Giants since we do face them week 1.
That's what we're focusing on. But yeah, I'm going to say about Jeffrey. I did see him get hurt. I did hear about that. I know so that Sterling Shepard get hurt. Both of them are going to be back. It's not anything major, I think, especially with Jeffrey. I think, like you said, he's already back. But Sterling Shepard, it's an ankle injury. Those things linger kind of like a bad hamstring injury. It didn't look good. The injury, he was in pain and had to be carted off. I know he's okay and he's going to be fine, but Sterling Shepard's going to be your third receiver. He's like your slot receiver. You guys are going to need him for the Giants. And really after that, you guys are tight end as your third guy. So it's running thin there. So again, I think that even though he will play, maybe not be 100% though for the first game against us with Sterling Shepard. Just keep that in mind, Giant fans.
So the PFF ranked our O-line number 1 heading into the season. Hollyway, I would have to see that.
The Eagles?
Yeah, I just.
It might have been ranked that way for whatever crazy reason, but I think you know.
Are you sure it's not an Eagles fan?
Yeah, no, it's not. But I know Pro Football Fantasy or something.
Pro Fantasy Football.
Yeah, it's something like Pro Fantasy Football. That's the name of it.
Yeah, I just look. At the end of the day, we have to be realistic.
Another Eagle fan just agree with us. And I'm not trying to say that you're anti-Eagle.
Look, we don't have the #1 defense in the league.
Correct. We can be honest about that. But you guys, we can look it up, Holly. Either way, I don't care what a newspaper says or an article says or internet says. You know, and I know, and we all know, and the whole NFL knows that there's the #1. There's no contesting this. We know. Okay, who's the best receiver? Who's the best running back? Okay, you can give good points either or. But who is the best offensive line? Almost every 99% of the league and all their players and all the fans are going to say the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. So Jay Cutler is back. Yes, that's very interesting. What was it, 13? Or is that just?
I don't know.
So either way, interesting to see how that goes. Supposedly, the Miami Dolphins were also considering not just Colin Kaepernick, but apparently Tim Tebow.
The worst.
Yeah. Either way,
Tebow's the worst, guys.
To see how that'll keep developing.
I love when the Eagles had him.
We are going to be wrapping it up somewhat soon, guys. Let me finish reading. So, let's see. Dez will get the best of Janoris Jenkins, and Giants fans can say Jenkins locked him up. Dez exposed Jenkins when he played with the Rams. So, is Jenkins with the Giants now?
Yeah. What are we talking about? What is he? A defensive player? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, Janoris Jenkins.
Yeah, he's number. I think he's number 21. He's really good. He's definitely one of the better players. No, so I definitely think he's one of the better players. But again, and he's gonna be trouble. That's fine. Let him wrap up Dez. But you still got to cover Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley. Don't forget about our rookie Switzer. Don't forget about Bryce Butler. Don't forget about Jason Witten. Don't forget about Rico Gathers.
Again, there's literally not a person on our offense that you can risk not covering.
And don't forget out of the backfield, Zeke. We got so many weapons, you just can't stop us. So go ahead and put Janoris Jenkins and stop Dez. We're probably not going to throw to him more 3 or 4 times against you guys.
And the second you move him off him and you open him up,
we throw
Dez gets it.
So you guys, not as easy as you think it is.
Yeah, so Jay Cutler is going to struggle against the Patriots. Find me a team that will not struggle against the Patriots. They just won the Super Bowl. They're at the top of the game. I mean, they're a tough team to beat. That Belichick machine keeps churning. Lane Johnson's back. They factored that y'all lost 2 starters. Jay Cutler, so that's pretty much it.
I'm looking here what they're saying here. Lane Johnson back. Look, top 10 Eagles, offensive line, maybe. I don't know exactly what you guys are ranked or rated, but definitely not #1. I think we all know what the Cowboys offensive line, without question, #1. Jay Cutler is going to struggle against the Patriots. He's going to struggle against most teams. I just don't think, I thought he was best when he was at Denver. He was okay in Chicago and then went to crap in Chicago. But I think that, he'll be all right with the Dolphins. I don't really concern myself too much with them because the one time we'll see them is in the Super Bowl, which they won't be in. So, Cutler, I guess, is a good pickup. It's better than what the Baltimore Ravens did, picking up some guy from the Champions League. Be careful back there.
Oh,
yeah, so in the Champions League, a Champions League quarterback or Colin Kaepernick, there's no contest in that. I mean, you have to go with Kaepernick, and they still decided to go with some unknown guy.
To answer your question, Rack City, we play the Rams this upcoming Saturday. At 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. We will be 9 o'clock. Well, let's make sure they know. It's 9 o'clock. You gotta go. You gotta go. He's gotta go.
Sorry, guys. He's had a long day.
Yeah, he's 7-year-old has to get a little break. Scoot down a little bit.
So here we're gonna move down. He'll come back and pop in and say bye once we start heading out. We are gonna be wrapping up this
shortly.
Somewhat shortly.
What was the last question about the Rams? We play the Rams on Saturday. You said 9 o'clock. It's Eastern time. Our time. That's what we follow. But it's 9, 8, 7, 6. So you guys will know where you live. Yeah. Put it on the TV set. I think it's on NFL Network, guys. If anybody knows, let me know what channel we play on. We usually stream the games in.
Yes, it will be on the NFL Network. So, like you said, go ahead and tune in to whatever method you use to watch NFL Network. We'll be streaming.
Or Cowboy games locally. I'm sure if you guys live in local Dallas area, they have all the preseason games. When you watch the game on your TV, on your computer, throw us on. Yeah. And you can hear our comments as we go.
Holly, obviously you guys have a big preseason game for your opener. Let us know how the Packers look. Yeah. And we'll be tuning in.
We'll definitely be checking in on that game too, just to see what happens. And to listen closely to anybody doing good, bad, or, of course, not that we want this, but injuries or situations, and it's with our situation, our biggest injury we had on our Hall of Fame game was Anthony Brown, number 30.
Which, again, wasn't really an injury. He just kind of...
It was precautionary.
Yeah, he felt a tug on his
hamstring.
It
was a tightness.
They decided to just rest him since we didn't have that extra week, all that extra time. So we'll see, obviously, by tomorrow, all of our day-by-day players. So Switzer, Lewis, Malik Collins with that hip flexor, Durant with the ankle.
No, Durant is just old.
Durant, that's right.
They're going to put him back in there now. They were just resting him.
David Irving with the ankle injury. But again, I don't think he was day by day. They did expect him to sit out about a week.
A little longer, and of course, Chaz Green.
Either way, it's nice to see if they'll be impacted.
We definitely let her hear about Chaz Green. That's one of our more important injuries. He's going to be out probably the longest of everybody we just mentioned. So, I mean, we have to really shore up our offensive line. That's one of the big things I did not like in that game with the guys that we were playing, which would be, you know, Lel Collins, 71, didn't look that good. Jonathan Cooper, number 64, did not look that good. And his backup, Byron Bell, number 75, did not look that good. So to me, we have 3 spots open. We need to shore them up. We have 2 spots open with 3 players. We need to shore it up. And the other player that could really put it together would be Chaz Green, who was unable to play, probably will not play this Saturday. We need to see him out there, see if he can handle that guard position. Because if he cannot, then we got to have a minor issue there on that line. So we got to get that straight and fixed.
Patrick, just to let you know, my son he's had a long day. He got up very early. He just got into town. He was visiting his grandparents, so he's had a long travel day.
He flew in very early.
He was very excited to do this stream, you know, but he's 7 years old, so about 25 minutes, 30 minutes is all he could take, especially when there's no Cowboys on TV.
Yeah, if we were watching the Cowboy game, he'll be in and out watching and cheering.
You hear him screaming like a little crazy person.
But right now, again, it's just a special thing. We're going to make a video, but there's nothing to talk about. So instead of making a video, we just talk with you guys live and enjoy it, you know, and hope you guys can throw out some questions to us as well.
So let's see. I'm going to go through these comments as fast as I can. Eagles' O-line is pretty good. Just looked bad at times when Lane got suspended and his backup, Viziti, got injured, and we had to do a lot of shuffling. I don't put too much stake in preseason. I don't think Austin Jeffrey is going to play Thursday. I really want to see him play. It's precautionary. I feel like our starters won't play this. So again, you know, expect for most of our big names to not play. If we do see them play, it'll probably be for either a snap or a drive, something really fast, just so we can see them a little bit. Honestly, for all of our teams, it's probably the best. Let's keep all of our injuries injury-free.
All our
players. All our injuries. Let's keep our injuries injury-free. Let's keep all of our players injury-free. That goes for the Giants, the Redskins, the Eagles, because we want to face you guys at full force so we can crush you.
We want to crush you.
Let's see. Jake Cutler got an easy $10 million. Is that how much he signed the contract for? I heard 13. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say it.
Either way, 10 or 13. That's a lot for him. That's good for him. Better than being an announcer booth.
Honestly, I wish him the best success. I really do, because honestly, I know he's not going to make it to the Super Bowl. So
I still think Kaepernick needs to get signed. I know some people are against him, and
I really hope he does get signed.
He needs to get signed because he has the talent.
He has a good quarterback.
A good backup. He makes a great backup.
Yeah, I think as a backup, without question, he'll be very good. I think for our system, I think he would have been great. We could let go of that dream, but I do think that the politics stuff, whether you agree or disagree, and you know, we understand why he's kneeling. We understand why people are upset with him kneeling. Either way, I honestly don't care. I mean, it's about football, so he has a platform to make a statement. That's up to him. I mean, that's a freedom of speech. That's the First Amendment, and that's what people in the military, people who love the flag, that's what they fought for people to stand and salute the flag, or people to kneel.
You don't have to agree with anyone's opinions, but you do have to agree that they have the right to say their opinions or to have those opinions.
And people have the right to criticize him, and that's certainly fine. I don't like when I see people saying, "Oh, I hope he gets injured." See, that's why I think people get ignorant. They let the patriotism overtake logic and reality. Yeah. So my point is that Kaepernick, whether you like him or you hate him, he still has enough talent to, number one, get a team to the Super Bowl, which he did with the 49ers. He has enough talent to scramble, run, and do the run option. Yeah, so I do think that he has a lot of value. He's not the best passer, and he's not the best leader, but he has enough value to be a backup in the league. And the fact that Cutler and this other guy from the Champions League got signed with Baltimore, come on. Kaepernick's better than at least the guy from Baltimore.
Look, if Odell wants to be the highest paid player in the NFL, I say go for it. That means less money for the Giants to spend on the rest of their players. Honestly, teams have to be realistic. Players have to be realistic. Get your money's worth. You are worth, obviously, whatever you're worth. But you have to consider the rest of the team as well. If his only thought is being the highest paid, receiver. That shows me that his thought is not about being the best receiver. His mindset is not in a good place, and that works better for the Cowboys because as long as he remains that way, he's not going to reach his full potential, I guess.
As far as Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is not a top 7 tight end. Just cut that up. Trust me, I try to I give him a try in my fantasy league a couple times. The guy's just not consistent enough. So he's okay. He'll have a big game here and there. He's not against us. He actually plays well, but generally speaking, he's not a very good tight end in my opinion. Definitely not a top 7 in my opinion. And Eagle fan said Kaepernick is trash. Depends what you mean. Like you said, no arm strength. I agree with that part. He doesn't know how to hold that football properly. It's always out here and throwing it up here, slinging it.
Cutler better,
but he can run and he can run and he's better than the Baltimore guy that picked up. That they backed up as a backup. Just letting you know.
Do you think that Jay Cutler is better than Kaepernick though, or would you rather have Kaepernick as? And again, we're talking let's pretend just backups because obviously Cutler is as a quarterback.
Cutler is. I mean, they're both good enough, I think, to be backups. Obviously, without question. I mean,
I feel like Cutler would be a little more dependable as a backup. Like he's more.
I agree.
For the most part.
I agree, but it depends on a major thing, which is the same thing we talk about the Cowboys. Like if it's between the Cowboys, I have to take either Cutler or Kaepernick. I take Kaepernick because he fits our system better. Now the Dolphins, Cutler might fit their system better there. So I think Cutler might be the better pick for the Dolphins. Plus, Kaepernick loves Fidel Castro, and in Miami, there's a lot of Cubans. I know I'm half Cuban. And the Cubans there are not going to would never accept Kaepernick. So just throwing that out there as a little side note, why they would never take Kaepernick. But that's besides the point. I'm trying to say is that it depends on your team, and that depends on who I would take as a quarterback. Most of the time, probably Cutler as a starter or as a backup. But for the Cowboys, I would rather take Kaepernick as our backup out of those two.
And Patrick, just to let you know, we do our Yahoo Fantasy Football League. That's the app that we use. If you do want to join our league, we'll be posting either a link or something. We'll be doing that in the next week or so. We still have to finish getting it set up and getting everything. But we'll definitely be shooting it out to you guys.
Yeah,
like we said before, it is first come, first serve. So whoever happens to sign up first.
We might make a 16 team league since we have so many subscribers. The first 16 get in there.
Exactly.
Sign up.
You guys are in, and
we'll do
it just for fun.
Yeah, it'll be for fun, not for money.
You're only allowed to draft Cowboy players. Just kidding.
But it'll be a live draft if we do it. It'll be a live draft, so we can all get on the computer at the same time and do it, together and draft. It won't be a live stream, but it'll be a live draft.
Kaepernick was only good because of Jim Harbaugh. Without him, he was an average quarterback again. But
average is still a good backup.
Tom Brady was also an average quarterback until I think Bill Belichick helped bring him to greatness. Coaching, Jimmy Johnson too. Jimmy Johnson brought that Cowboys team to the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, but
coaching, I think, has a lot to do with how players develop.
Yeah, I agree with you that Harbaugh helped them become a better quarterback. But at the same time, you can't say he's a bad quarterback. He's an average quarterback, and I agree with that as a general statement. But on the Cowboys, as a backup, I think he's above average. As a backup in our system, he's above average backup quarterback. So as a starter, I wouldn't be happy with him, but I would be less happy with Cutler on our team than Kaepernick. I mean, I hate Vic. I hate Michael Vick for many different reasons. Obviously, the dog killing. Obviously, he was with the Eagles for the comeback player of the year. But if he was in the Cowboys, and I hate that what he did, and he probably hate him more than anybody. Him and I don't like Tebow. But if they're on our team, I might not like the player. But guess what? He's still a Cowboy, and I gotta still support him. And if it was Kaepernick, I'd support him. If it was Vic, I'd support him. And if it was Tebow, I'd support him.
And again, you don't have to personally like them or agree with their views or their opinions or whatever, because
football is made up of many different people. I mean, I would love Arian Foster on our team.
The love of football, the passion that these guys have playing it, that's what matters. If you're a true Cowboy, you're playing for your team, you're giving it your all.
The most when it comes to football.
Then you're on our side.
There's politics, there's the American flag. We all are proud. I think I truly believe Kaepernick is proud to be an American. So I don't think you guys don't get. I think so, not you guys, but saying a lot of the NFL fans out there don't understand that he's still an American. He's proud to be an American. Hence why he can kneel at the national anthem, and that might offend some people, but that's part of America. You're allowed to display your freedom of speech and speak out or kneel or whatever it is, and using your platform. If people don't like it, then they don't have to watch, and some people won't watch. Some people are already boycotting the fact of the NFL. They're trying to boycott the NFL for not having
nobody
Kaepernick in the league.
Exactly.
Which again, I don't think that's right either. You can't blame the whole entire NFL for like blackballing a guy.
Of a few select upper management.
A conspiracy theory that he's getting blackballed. I don't think he's getting blackballed. I do think a lot of it comes in. I want to say this now, that Kaepernick, the fact that he's on if he's any team he's on, it's going to cause controversy. Half of the fan base is going to hate it. Half of that fan base is going to hate the team and is going to not want to cheer for them. It's not going to want to. The team's not going to want to. Like the fan base is not going to want to support the team. They might boycott watching them. They might boycott tickets. I know what you're going to speak, but give me 1 second. We're going to boycott the team. They're going to boycott. They're going to lose business. So think about it that way too. With Kaepernick there, I understand the business aspect and the fan base aspect, but they're going to lose some of their fans. Some other teams, like in Baltimore and in Miami, some players, some of these guys want Kaepernick, and they might be very disenfranchised with their team, and then they might say, you know what, I don't want to watch them this year because I wanted Kaepernick as our backup. So it goes both ways, and I understand both sides. I'm just the one getting into the politics of it, but I just think that it's America and it's freedom of speech. That comes first.
I will say, I think that the bigger problem with Colin was when he started, like, again, the anti-American thing or the whatever. I think when when he went anti-police, I think that's when the majority of people went, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Before that, people were upset. I'm definitely not a person who thinks cops are pigs or agreed with some of the statements that he made.
But there's definitely some issues out there.
And I understand where he's coming from, but I don't agree with the statements he made, and I can see why a lot of people were upset. But I think people taking that and running with it so far was also a little crazy. So you want to go ahead and read Jalen Smith's last comment there?
At the bottom of the
the last one.
Okay.
Jalen Smith asked, how do you think La'el Collins? How do you think La'el Collins
did at right tackle? I don't think he did very well. Number 71 did not play well on our first preseason game, and the Cowboys purposely ran McFadden a bunch of times to his side, at least 3 or 4 times, and every time he seemed to blow his block. And he kept he got off his block, the guy would get through. Every time he would disrupt it. I think at least 2 times we lost like 5 yards. So I'm not very happy with Collins' work so far. But again, first out of 5 preseason games, he's kind of new to the position in some way. He used to play guard last season until he got hurt against the Bears. So he might, again, there's a out there prediction, one of these, crazy predictions, but I think that you might see, if he continues to struggle at the right tackle, you might see him being moved back to left guard. And wait to find someone playing right tackle, maybe Chaz Green, maybe one of our swing guys. We'll see. So
Hollyway said Zach Ertz has a similar career start to Kelsey and Reed. Jordan Reed. And is the younger than both. Think about it. He's definitely top 10.
Hold on. Who is because Zach Ertz is kind of not that young. I mean, he's not that young. And I mean, Kelsey. He had a couple years before he got better. And Reed. I mean, he's been pretty good. So,
Zach Ertz doesn't really stand out to me as this great, amazing.
He's average
player. He's not horrible. He's not bad.
Can I go back
up? But he's pretty good.
I'm sorry, guys. We missed a bunch of your messages. You'd have to. Okay,
really
I missed a couple.
There you go. Michael Vick. He was good. Again, don't like the dog killing. I think he's generally a garbage human. But as a player,
I agree with that comment.
As a player, he was successful.
Listen, the guy was like the human video game. Like he reminds me of McCoy as a running back. LaShawn McCoy, like a running back, is like a video game player. Like you're playing Madden out there. And Vic is very similar to that. Vic was crazy good. I mean, I loved watching him play. But when he killed dogs by slamming puppies against the wall and electrocuting them and torturing them, he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But if he's a Cowboy and he served his time, which he did, and he happened to be a Cowboy, I would support him as a Cowboy, not as a person, just to get that right.
So go ahead.
Got a question coming here.
So, not a question, it was
a statement from the fans.
So Patrick, believe it or not, said, my Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
Your Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl.
Your Dallas Cowboys.
Rack City.
Our Dallas Cowboys.
Smith says, Patrick, you don't have faith in your Giants. Why would anyone waste their time on having faith in the Giants? They're so bad.
Savage.
So, Rack City, it would be great to see Dak go out there and start the game off by throwing a nice bomb out to Dez. I mean, who doesn't want to start every game like that?
Yeah, but again, Dez going to be covered as we watch, so.
Let me see.
Rack City, Patrick does need help. Decide already. Are you a Giants fan or are you a Cowboys fan?
Let's see. Zach Ertz.
We know, but You had to tell yourself that you were Cowboys.
I'm looking here. Don't even care about the kneel. Just let him play.
Yeah, and again, that's the thing. We don't care if he knelt or not. Let the guy play. But again,
I mean, if he's being blackballed, obviously that's wrong. I don't think that you can really say enough that he's being blackballed. I think it's just owners saying we don't want to take the controversy, lose half our fan base.
We don't want to deal with the hassle of having him on there. Right. It's the cost benefit of is he a good enough player or backup to be worth the controversy? And I think if a team gets desperate enough, they will. We saw the Dolphins almost get desperate enough. They were this close, but they had Jay Cutler. Baltimore, this close, went in a different direction. So again,
a horrible direction.
Well, and we still have another 3-4 weeks left of training camp, so he might still get a shot somewhere.
Yeah, I guarantee you he'll be on a team.
Again,
I'm pretty sure he'll be on a team. But a team, think about this: a team like the Browns. Okay, that Osweiler. Talk about it ways. Who would you rather have, Osweiler or Kaepernick? Honestly. So I mean, a team that has 4 quarterbacks. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with any of them. And you got Colin Kaepernick, who probably won't be signed by them. But again, why not risk it with them? Your fan base is strong in Cleveland, even when they stink. They got a strong fan base. But again, why would you want to have that extra controversy? Or why not take a chance on that extra controversy? And then maybe you might lose a couple of fans. You're gonna still maybe have a better season than you would without Kaepernick.
So thanks for the trolls, Patrick. Kaepernick should play in the Canadian football. Patrick just said he likes trolling us. So, Hollyway, I would have to see some actual numbers for Zach Ertz. Obviously, I don't have that kind of.
I think he had like one decent season, but everything has been average.
Either way, we feel like he's average. Time will tell, and let's see. Let's have him put his money or his stats where his mouth is.
And Jalen, that's what I'm saying. If the Browns are a mess, why not go with Kaepernick?
Yeah. So, all right, guys.
Can't be worse than the other guys they have on there.
I mean, do we have anything more to talk about?
I mean, hey guys, Redskins play Ravens Thursday. We definitely will be, we'll be watching all the games every day until the Cowboys. Of course, Cowboys will be Cowboy game. We're going to live stream here, so we're definitely going to be on here and live stream on Saturday.
We'll definitely be giving you our thoughts on some of the other games and the other things. So, all right,
guys. Hey, listen, and Falcons players spent 10 weeks. I have to check on that. Yeah, I do know about that. I know a Falcon running back also got hurt. I think a rookie got injured for like 10 weeks as well.
I'm actually a Cowboys fan. See, Patrick admits it. Patrick, remember, whatever you say, I will remember.
She has a mind of an elephant.
So
memory of an elephant, this child.
Next time, not this Saturday, but 2 Saturdays from now, when we play the game and you say you love your Giants,
you're going to hear her call you out again.
Remember.
She ain't going to forget. I don't know the Giants play. Either way, guys, listen.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, every single one of you guys.
I think that the preseason game, the first one is on the next game. I think in the whole league. I think the next one is like either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure. So basically, it'll be games on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and then our game will be live streaming. So be here with us for sure. Of course, keep your eyes open for daily content. We try to put it out there every day. Tomorrow's training camp starts up again. So guess what? I'm sure we'll be hearing some more news, and we'll definitely be reporting any kind of updates to you guys. So keep coming back and listen to what we're saying. And, hopefully you guys subscribed already. If you haven't, please do.
Please do.
Make comments in these videos if you'd like.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, and thank you for watching, and thank you even more for subscribing, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. So go ahead and spread the word. Frankie G, sorry, we're actually wrapping up the stream, but we didn't really have any news. Just wanted to do a quick 100 subs /
thank you, Frankie, for
general back and forth. But we'll definitely be uploading a video tomorrow. Watch out for any other news, obviously.
I'll check that, Holly.
Yeah. So, and thank you guys again. But always, always, always.
What is it?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Go Cowboys! All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
And again, guys, one more time, big thank you for the 100 for the 100 plus subscribers, and on we go. So we'll continue this, but again, this was mainly for that, and just to go over the Jerry Jones thing and other NFL news we did. You can rewatch this. We'll leave it on here for you guys to watch. Thanks again.
And just think, it's this exciting. It's only preseason. I can't wait. Guys,
the regular season.
This close. It's almost September.
And today's the last Sunday that we don't have to worry about Super Bowl till the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, the Pro Bowl, I guess the Pro Bowl weekend, but again, in between.
Yeah, we're used to that. We know that's just part of the.
And we'll be at the Pro Bowl. So, anyways,
all right,
guys, go Cowboys! We love you guys. Thank you, and check back for our videos, our live streams. And we'll definitely see you on live stream on Saturday against the Rams for the preseason game.
All right, guys.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Thank you.